All right, so we're going to go over just a little bit, sort of a review of Keysearch, which is a pretty useful tool for search engine optimization, keyword analysis, competitor analysis, all that stuff. It's pretty affordable, so I signed up for it recently, and I actually like it quite a bit. I think I'm paying, I don't know, less than 20 bucks a month for their basic starter package. You can sign up for a free trial if you want. But anyways, let's just get to it. So here's the main screen for keyword research. This is probably what most people use the tool for. Up here you can type in your search term. It'll give you your competition difficulty, give you search trends over time, and then show you the SERPs for, some information about the websites that are currently ranking for that main search term. Now over here with the keywords, you see we have, a list of 700 keywords. I believe on the basic package you get 200 searches per day. So that means we could, search 200 different things up here. Or say you're missing the keyword difficulty score, you could, look at, 200 of these. If you're just trying to target this one day, then you could go through 200 of these keyword difficulty scores and get those if they aren't already listed. Most of the popular keywords will already have them, but there's also going to be plenty that don't. So if you're looking for a specific term that does not come up with keyword difficulty, you can just click the little search icon right there, and then it'll bring it up. It'll also bring up the data for that specific term over here. Now down here you'll also get some suggested long tail keywords, like basically from the Google auto suggest type, or not auto suggest, but the related questions type of thing. And then you got some stats right here. So under keyword research we also have quick difficulty. So if you just wanted to see keyword difficulty, you could do that. Lists, which is kind of obvious, it's just keyword lists that you put together. And then there's also this brainstorm feature. So this will give you, trends, products on Amazon and Google trends related to a topic. So say we wanted to continue on the theme of cats here. It'll come up with, different things that are searched for in Google. And I believe that most of these are going to be sort of recent search terms. Same for Amazon, YouTube, all that. So that's kind of useful. And if we go to the Explorer tool, which I think is pretty cool, this allows you to look at a website and sort of get an overall idea of how that website is doing, who its main competitors are, some backlink profile type of stuff. You can see, for example, all right, Sports Illustrated, they have 66% are do follow links. So say that you were trying to overtake Sports Illustrated in the search rankings, which would be pretty tough to do. You can see that you're going to need a pretty strong level of domain strength. You can see how many keywords they rank for. So one thing you could do is you could go to view the keywords and then sort by difficulty. Maybe you could find some keywords that are low difficulty that you could outrank them for, because not every article that they post is going to be high quality. But it gives you at least one way to sort of look at either your website or someone else's and try to identify some areas of opportunity where either you could rank for a similar keyword, maybe you could target certain backlinks that they have, or you could find other competitors. So say you knew that, okay, this website is relevant to my niche. Well, maybe there's other websites you don't know about. So for example, we could go in here, okay, sportingnews.com. I've never heard of that. They clearly have a lot of links and are getting a lot of traffic. So maybe I could go and do some analysis on that website. If I didn't know about it already, I can go analyze that and try to target some of the stuff that they're going after. Now if we go to competitor analysis, we can do the backlink checker, which will be a bigger version of this. We got organic keywords. So that's going to be which organic keywords does a website rank for. We have a site audit, so you could audit your own website. But I like the competitor gap tool. So for example, let's say that we have, we want to see Bleacher Report, SI.com. So here we would be looking at what keywords does Bleacher Report rank for that Sports Illustrated does not, and we could enter up to 3 websites to compare. So if we click search, it'll bring up a list of keywords that Bleacher Report is ranking for that Sports Illustrated is not. So say you enter your website here, and you could enter a competitor's website there. You could then go through and see, okay, are there any high volume search terms that have relatively low keyword difficulty scores that they're ranking for that I could possibly outrank them with. Or you could just see, okay, what low competition, things are they ranking for? Well, here's one, or here's one. I don't know what those terms are for, but anyways, when I did this for one of my own niche websites, I immediately found a 2400 volume search term that I know I could rank for, but I had never thought about it before. I had never come up with that concept of I should write about this topic, but it turned out it was relevant to my niche. It's something that I think I could write a better article than my competitor on, and it's getting 2400 searches a month. So right there, you could pay less than $20 a month for this tool. Just by finding that one article, that could, basically pay for the thing or pay for your monthly fee on this software. So that's the thing with these tools, they're not going to do the job for you, but if you can come up with, one relatively low competition, high search volume keyword that you can write good content for and beat everybody else who's ranking on page one, boom, all of a sudden your traffic is going to shoot up, and that's going to help your revenue. Let's see, is there anything else on here we should look at? We could do organic keywords just to see. So here we would enter, https si.com. So this is going to bring up just the organic keywords that Sports Illustrated is ranking for, and that can be helpful because once again we can look at, okay, sort by volume. Obviously they got a lot of volume in these keywords, but they're very difficult to rank for. We could go cost per click. I think if you're building an information-based website, I think focusing on cost per click is a good way to go, because that means you're probably going to have higher RPMs for the ads that you're running on your information-based website. Whereas if you're doing more of an affiliate website, maybe you'd be, targeting longer tail keywords, or maybe going for search volume or something like that. Or you could be going for keyword difficulty. So here, for example, treadmill for heavy person, not a lot of search, but this is a keyword where it has a lot of buyer intent. So at only a 20 difficulty score, if we go into that, we can click here and go look at that article, and we can see, is this article good or is it kind of trash? And if it's not very good, then okay, I can probably rank for it if I write a better article. It has a lot of buyer intent. So this organic keyword tool within Keysearch is pretty useful. And if you're trying to make money online, that's the type of stuff you're going for, is either A, information-based content that's low competition and has a good amount of search volume, or something that's very specific that has a lot of buyer intent. If someone's looking for treadmill for heavy person, they're trying to buy a treadmill. So you could go in and talk about how it's hard to find treadmills for people who are heavy, how treadmills can help people, who are heavy. It can help them with their health and body composition and all that. Then you could give them some good, treadmills that have high weight capacity, have large decks, things like that. Talk about that, compare it to the article that's already ranking. They're ranking number one for this. So boom, you go write a better article, and then all of a sudden now you're making money. YouTube research. This is another one. It's relevant. We're here on YouTube. So say I type in, let's just look up Keysearch, because that's what we're talking about. So if we look up Keysearch, you'll be able to then see, how long has the videos that are ranking, how old are they? So here, this one is 180. I believe that's 180 days. We have the amount of views that it's gotten. Is Keysearch in the title? Yes. Now, say you search for something up here for this. Remember, we're in YouTube research right now. Say you search for something right here, and it's not a title match and not a description match. Then that's probably pretty low-hanging fruit. Here, all of these have Keysearch in the title, so you need to have Keysearch in the title, which is, that should be pretty obvious. But some of them are not including it in the description. So maybe there's an opportunity there to rank for something on YouTube about Keysearch, and then we'll see if this video that I'm making ranks. But this is just a perfect example of how you could look it up, see, okay, are people searching for it? Yes, they've been searching for it recently. That's cool. There's a drop off in April because April's not done, but you can see it's trending upward, so that's nice. Then we can see, is it missing it in the title and the description? If so, that's a video you can rank for simply by optimizing the title, the description, and talking about it within the video itself. If all of the videos are very old, that's another thing you could consider, because maybe there's some updates that you could talk about. If all these if all these videos were, 4 years old, well, the software has probably changed in that amount of time, right? So if all of them are old, when you look up something in this YouTube research, keyword research thing, and they're all old, or they're missing the title and the description, then boom, you can make a video for that and probably rank well in the YouTube search algorithm. We also have YouTube difficulty, which is basically just this section right here if you want to do a quick difficulty search, and then you can make a keyword list for YouTube. Now it also has rank tracking. So say our website is YouTube, right? Well, we could then have keywords that we've searched related to our website. This isn't our website, but just for the sake of discussion. And then you can see what is the rank, how has it moved over time, because as you track keywords, it will then track this over time. So maybe a month from now, Keysearch is a term that you were ranking for at, you're the 50th result, but then 3 weeks later it moves up to 30. Well, you'd see a plus 20 right here. You can see when it was last updated, and then you can also go in and refresh this data and all that. Now, if you wanted to add other domains, you could, but this is just pretty useful for seeing how things are going over time. Most of these keyword tools are going to have rank tracking, so it's not anything special, but it is useful. And then it'll also show you, do you rank for anything in the top 3, top 10, top 100, etc. And this pie chart right here, which is all red because of just how I have it set up right now, that will change over time as your content starts to rank higher and higher. Now, last thing we got here is the content assistant. So this thing's pretty cool. So let's say we were going to write an article about, can cats eat bananas? Did I spell bananas right? Can cats eat bananas? Let's find out. So we'll save. Actually, we'll search. We don't need to save it yet. So we do the search. It's going to look for can cats eat bananas. It's going to analyze websites that are ranking for this search term, and then it will look at what have we written so far, and it'll give us information based on what we need to include in the article. So these are must words. They're basically search terms that need to be in your article if you're writing about this topic. So if you're writing about this topic, you need to include these keywords. And you can see it already looked at which ones have already been included in the text of the article. So those are going to be blue, and then all the ones that are orange are ones that we have not yet put in the article. And so then we can quickly, as we're writing, we're talking blah 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 blah. Oh, I need to put in feeding cat, and then now feeding cat has changed. Or let's say min read, it'll change. Now if you click on them, like how I clicked on here, you'll see what it means. So min read is a good example. Do we need to have min read in our text? No, that's saying, how long does it take to read it, the minimum read time. So, sorry, speaking of a cat, I got one talking in the background. But say let's click on a different one. So this is one that we might not need to include really. But say we click on healthy. We can then see how are other people, incorporating healthy into their article. So we can go healthy, and then we can see, all right, they're including it like this. If you're a healthy cat, bananas are a healthy snack, not necessarily a healthy treat for your cat, blah, blah, blah. So you can then get ideas about how you can include these terms in the article, and that can help you. You can also specify the location, so we'd probably want to select United States if that's who we're targeting, and so forth. From there, we can build out the article, include these keywords and all that. Now, another little trick that you can do using ChatGPT is, say you write out the article. Well, you can then copy the article into ChatGPT and take whatever terms that you haven't yet used. You can copy those terms in and tell ChatGPT, I want you to include these terms in the article. And it can go through and add them in automatically. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does, and it saves you some time. So that's something you can do where if you want to use ChatGPT to help you when you're building the article, I wouldn't suggest you have it write the whole article and just copy and paste it into Google, because usually that's not going to just give you the best quality content. But you can use it as a tool to help then insert these terms, or maybe you can ask it to generate similar terms to these or things like that. So it's just some sort of a side idea. But ultimately, I think it's definitely worth trying, even if you just do the free trial. I think it's pretty useful. I use it all the time. I was using SE ranking before because that was pretty affordable and it had a lot of, similar types of tools. But personally, I've been finding that I use this. It's just easier to use. The interface is pretty plain, which I like. I like that it's basic. It's not, overly complex. It gives you great keywords. I do wish that their keyword difficulty scores were, just popped up no matter what, but I get it. They only have so much, data that they can transfer at once, and it costs them money to search all this stuff. So, it's fine if I see a keyword that is really important to me. So, actually, let's just go through this as if we were writing an article. So, let's say we were writing an article about cats. What would I do if I was writing an article about cats and I didn't really have an idea? Well, I might search cats, or I'd probably search for something a little bit more specific, like food for cats. So let's have this load. Once it loads, it'll bring up over here. So here we have food for cats, right? So here's some long tail keywords: food for cats with sensitive stomachs, food for cats with kidney disease. I would go through here and I would just sort all of these, and I would just want to see, okay, is there anything, if we sort by volume, is there anything with low difficulty that comes up? Maybe for smaller websites, these are going to be probably tough, but maybe best food for for that one. Maybe that would be something to do. Then I'd go and I'd search by cost per click, because like I said earlier, if you're writing informational based content, you want to get these high cost per click search terms. You probably don't care as much about volume in this case, because say you get best raw food for cats. If you could rank for this with a $7.50 cost per click and 1,300 people searching it per month, your RPM, or your revenue per 1,000 visitors, is going to be pretty high on this article if you can rank for it. Plus, if you're doing affiliate, obviously this is a high value search term because the cost per click is high. So, that might be something to consider. Or we can go through, let's see if there's any. I don't really do the PPC one. I don't know. I haven't found that to be particularly useful, but let's go by low search difficulty. So best dry food for Siamese cats. That's a very specific search term that if you have a new website about cats, these are the type of search terms you want to go after. Pretty good cost per click. It only has 40 volume, but usually the volume is underestimated on these, because if you write this article, you're not just going to, and you rank for it, you're not just going to rank for this exact search term, you're going to rank for other things within the article. So, and also, these are not just like, these words weren't sent down from the heavens. They're just based on the algorithm and the information that Keysearch can generate. So I've found that typically low search terms are actually great ones to go after, especially if you have a newer website. So if you went for, say you wrote articles about all of these, and the aggregate volume here is, 130 or 150 searches. Realistically, if you rank for all of these, you're going to get way more than 150 searches per month. So I wouldn't only go by volume. I would more go by cost per click and the keyword difficulty score. So let's say we want to do this one, right? So we're going to do best food for Burmese cats. We got a low difficulty and not much cost per click, but that's okay. Now let's go over here. So once we've selected which one we want to go, we can just click on it. Now over here we can see, okay, what are the SERPs? What's the search engine result page for this search term? What does it look like? Are there any low competition websites that we can target to try and beat them? Well, this is a blog, this is a blog, this is a blog, blog. Most of these are blogs. We have Purina, which is a brand, a very strong brand, so we're not going to outrank them. But we probably could outrank, Burma Charm. I don't even know if maybe it's related to Burma, but is it related to Burmese cats? Maybe, I don't know. Pet Circle, the Bark Space, these are all blogs with 10 domain authority, 19, 18. So it's not like these websites are remarkably strong. They're stronger than a brand new website, but if you're trying to get your website ranked, 6 months from now, then these are probably great terms to go after. So you can also go down here and look at, as you're building out this article, Maybe you want to build topical authority around Burmese cats. Well, then we can see, okay, best brush for Burmese cats, Burmese kitten care. You can then take things like Burmese kitten care. Do you want to search for this? Yes, let's do it. So say you want to build topical authority. Well, you want to talk about things about Burmese cats that aren't just about food for Burmese cats. You want to talk about other things so that Google can see that you're an authority with regards to Burmese cats. So then now we have more keywords related to Burmese cats. We can get some more down here, and you can sort of build out a topical map that targets things around Burmese cats. So ultimately, I do think it's worth trying this tool. You can check out the link below. I have an affiliate link. I will get a small commission if you use it, but you can just do the free trial and cancel if you don't like it. But I do think it's a great tool, so check it out, and hopefully this helps. Thanks.